If I had a dollar for every customer that told me my roof's not leaking, I don't need to do anything with it, I would have about $275. If you want to find out what I'm talking about, stay tuned. Let me tell you why you should never wait for your roof to leak before you start to get estimates and start looking at a roof replacement. All right, so as I'm sure you can see, that's what damaged plywood on a roof looks like. These boards, they're obviously going to need to be replaced whenever it comes time to do the roof, and that's why we always recommend tearing the roof down to the bare deck and inspecting the plywood whenever you're going to do a re-roofing project, right? I mean, you don't want that old wet wood sitting down underneath your shingles. It's going to void your warranties, cause mold in your attic, a whole plethora of bad things that you just don't want whenever you're going for a roof that's supposed to last you a very long time, and especially, let's say your attic has limited access. It's not very easy to get down to look at the very eave edge of your roof where your gutters are at, where most of your plywood damage is located from ice dams and things like that. If you don't get up in your attic very often, you're not going to see this stuff. The only way to really see it sometimes is to see it from up on the roof side of things. So you always want to be taking those shingles completely off down to the deck and replacing any of the bad plywood. So slow leaks are just that. They're slow, right? You're not going to see them right away. They can take a long time, sometimes years, before they show themselves on the interior of your home. All the while, unknown to you, it's causing damage to your roof, causing damage to your sheathing, to the rafter tails, whatever it may be, it's causing some damage and you have no way of knowing about it. So many leaks go unnoticed that I thought I would share some real world statistics from our actual business this year to put plywood damage and its effect on the re-roofing process into a real perspective. So listen up and I'll tell you all about how much the real cost of neglecting to replace your roof really costs you up front. So to break it down by the numbers, we looked at 50 roofing projects that we did this year alone, right? These roofs range from single-story ranchers to multifaceted million-dollar homes. Some of the homes needed one sheet of plywood. Some of these homes needed 20. So I think that's a very good representation and accurate, an accurate sample size of homes here. So out of those 50 homes, 49 homes that we did this year, we had a total of 18 homes that needed plywood, right? So 49, 18, that gives you roughly 37% of all the roofs not all the roofs we've done this year, but out of those 50 that we've done, 37% of them needed plywood, right? And when you look at that from an overall cost, right? We track all of our numbers here at Dreamworx, and because we want to understand these things, we want to see patterns, we want to see trends, and we can notice them and start to react to them, price them better, make it better for our customers, whatever it may be. So we looked at this from a total cost standpoint of this year only, the year 2020. The total cost for plywood replacement as far as upcharges go for us, we execute a change order. These things aren't really known when you go to bid the job, so they become a added cost on top of the rest of the roof. So that total number here was $4,980 throughout the entire year, roughly $60 per sheet. There's some other things in there. We had to do 1x boards, or 2x6 boards, some other rotted wood that's all kind of included in that number there. But it's roughly, $49.80 at $60 per sheet. So we've replaced a total of 80 sheets of plywood this year alone. Now, when you take all of this together and you average it out, you take that $49.80 and you divide that by the 18 homes that we needed the plywood on, that's going to spit out roughly $270 to $275 per house that customers are paying on average whenever you extrapolate this over a long period of time in a lot of different homes. Some homeowners have none. Some have $275, some have $500. So middle of the range average cost per house for Dreamworx here is $270 to $275. Now, I don't know about you, I could think of a lot of things that I'd rather do with $275 than buy new plywood for my roof. And that got us thinking, that to really drive this point home, let's think about some other things that you could buy that cost you roughly $270 to $275 that you could buy instead of buying plywood for your roof. All right, so number one, we looked at the price of the average electric bill in the state of Pennsylvania where we're located. So the average electric bill in Pennsylvania is $130 per month. Again, this is an average. Some homes could be higher, some could be lower, but as far as statewide goes, that's our average monthly cost for an electric bill. So for that $250 to $270, $75, you can pay 2 months of your electric bill. 2 months of your electric bill. Number two, Apple AirPods. You see everybody walking around with them. You think they're talking to you, but they're actually not. They're talking to their AirPods. Right now, at Best Buy, you can find a pair of Apple AirPod Pros for about $250 at their retail price. Pair of Apple AirPods make you look pretty cool. All right, number three, if you want to hire a helper around the house, right, to get more stuff done, how about a Roomba? You can buy a Roomba starting on Amazon, I believe it is, or Bed Bath & Beyond, one of those two stores. They're ranging right at about $269. They're starting right now at about $269. So you never have to mop your floors again, never have to sweep or vacuum again, because you can hire a robot and he'll do it for you, all for the price that you would pay for the roof, for the sheathing on your roof. Number four, last but not least, is for the kids, right? How many people out there have kids and they would love an inflatable bounce house? Check out this inflatable bounce house right here. $200 on Amazon, right? So you even have a couple bucks to spare that you can go out and get some drinks while you watch the kids play in your new bounce house that you bought because you saved money, because you got your roof done before it was leaking. All right, so all in all, guys, I'm sure there's a ton of things that you would rather spend $270 on, right? Some of the things we mentioned up above in this video, I'm sure you could think of 100 other things that you would rather spend $270 on rather than to put new pieces of plywood on your roof. So the moral of the story here is, don't wait until you see leaks to start looking at a roofer, start looking at for roof replacements. Get on, if your roof looks kind of old, find a reputable roofer that he can get up there. You can feel some of this damaged plywood from the top side of the roof, so you can nip it in the bud, get to it before it starts to leak into your house and causes more damage. So yeah, don't wait until your roof is leaking to get estimates for a roof. Be proactive and save yourself $275. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video.